Hello, everybody. Welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be doing a little recap of the rookies so far this season. All of them are on the 250 East that are like in this video. Three different rookies: Haiden Deegan, Tom Vialle, and Chance Hymas. I'll be diving into all of their season results, their point standings, and just all around, just how they've done, how I think they're going to do, and probably head into motocross with like all three of them. So, yeah, should be a fun one. Hopefully you guys could enjoy. Make sure to consider liking and subscribing. Not at this moment, kind of wait till you watch a little bit so you know what you're liking and subscribing to. But yeah, let's head right into it without further ado. First rookie I'm going to hit on, obviously, it's going to be Haiden Deegan in third place in that 250 East standings. I think he's the one that's probably most worth talking about here, and biggest name value of them all. Haiden Deegan third in that 250 East championship, like I said. Started off the season great, got a fourth in Houston, and then went to Tampa very next week, got a heat race win, and then that fourth place in the main was huge. Also, the eighth in Arlington in that Triple Crown. Triple Crowns hasn't been wasn't too good for him. And then he rebounded, got a podium in Daytona, the first career podium, got his third place finish in Daytona, and then ended up going the week after that, going into Indianapolis, having a little bit of a rough one. Went for seventh in Indianapolis, and then third in Detroit as well. Two career podiums already. It's quite ridiculous. So far, he's been awesome to watch. It's nice to see him kind of, make fan base, or his fan base kind of make the sport kind of rise a little bit in production, especially in the comment section. That is a good one to note as well. But the third places in itself, and then the two fourths, and maybe the two off performances in eighth and seventh. That's kind of what you expect out of a rookie, is those kind of one-off things, but you don't consistently expect a third to fourth finishes, 70% of the time, or whatever the percentage is or should be. I'm not going to get into all that. I mean, I could, but probably just not worth the time. We already know how good he is. We already know how good he can be. In my opinion, he still has a lot to work on, especially on the Supercross side of things. As the track breaks down, I've seen him late motos, and maybe in one race, I think that he didn't pick up on one or two things, which is still a good thing, because most rookies don't pick up on like 5 or 6. So there was, very little to pick at Haiden Deegan's racing, technique and what he does to diagnose the track. Also, whoops, he probably needs to get used to and just get more laps on him, honestly. He's putting together good finishes, and but the most places we've seen him struggle are the whoops, and that is not up for debate for sure. And so Haiden Deegan headed into motocross could be a force to be reckoned with, maybe a top 3 to 5 guys, even the first full year he's in. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still in that third and fourth range all season long, but I do expect some one-offs, whether or not it's bad crashes, or whether or not it's injury, whether or not it's just he doesn't have it that week, whether or not it's something else. I think that we will still see these one-offs for maybe the next year and a half, until he really starts to, be an experienced pro. And I think that comes with most anybody, and you'd be saying that for the first 2 or 3 years. I mean, Jet Lawrence is a great example of that. Unfortunately, had that setback, though, with that Anaheim crash. I think it was in Anaheim. So yeah, that's just something to be said. And then next up here, we will have Tom Vialle, next best name value guy, coming from the MXGP. He was an MX2 champion. Crazy kid. Had 4 months of Supercross training, if that, and he right now is sitting 8th in the standings, and that's offset because of his 22nd in Daytona. But other than that, he's been solid. Great starter. He just shows consistency every week, and I think that's huge. Got a 7th in Houston, 6th in Tampa, 4th in Arlington on that Triple Crown. Consistency is what I was talking about there. And then 6th in Detroit, 8th in Indianapolis. Then more towards the middle of the season, Daytona, he ended up crashing, going down, getting 22nd last place. So that was a little unfortunate, but headed into the outdoors, he is a championship contender. I think if he can put together his rides like the MX2 champion he is on American soil, I don't think that would be an issue for him. I think that he's got some serious expectations for sure, being an MX2 champion and brutal tracks like the GP and whatnot. So he has to work at it for sure. I think that he's a bona fide top 5 outdoors guy right now. But to see it kind of develop, we lose Jet Lawrence heading into the outdoor season in the 250 class. It'll be Hunter Lawrence. Who knows what Cameron McAdoo, Seth Hammaker, all these like wild card guys. Joe Shimoda is up there for sure. And motocross is going to be so fun. I'm probably going to do a few videos on that, not generally soon, but as we wind down in this Supercross season. So maybe give it another month's time. Probably be coming out with some of those videos, and I probably won't be uploading on this as consistently as I have been. One, I'm expecting to be pretty busy here soon, and then two, also just have to account for the lack of video ideas I've already burned through. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's that. Move on to the last rookie we'll talk about. That'll be Chance Hymas, who was all right when he rode. I don't think that he was anything special until Daytona. We'll hop into that. But Chance Hymas, his rookie debut, got 8th in Houston, 8th in Tampa, and then ended up getting 10th in that next week in the Arlington Triple Crown, and then raced Daytona. He got that 3rd in the heat race, but really showed something. I really like the way that the kid rides. I really like the way that he I like the technique. I like the rider. I like the way that he's on the track. I like his personality, and got a 6th in Daytona in that main event, so it wasn't bad, but I think he could have done a little bit better. Unfortunately, I think that he was really far down there and then worked all the way back up to 6th. So Daytona performance was great. But we'll see these more rookie guys, Haiden Deegan and Chance Hymas, head more towards where they've learned recently and where they've been so good in their amateur career. We're going to see them go to outdoors, and that's where they should exceed. And I think Chance Hymas is a top 8 to top 10 guy every week. He showed consistency. Obviously, the 8th in Houston, 8th in Tampa, 10th in Arlington, 6th in Daytona. I think that he's a consistent 6 to 10 guy. I think that that'll kind of just be his range for me for now. You might see him fall like 12th to 15th, maybe once in a blue moon sort of deal, maybe a one-off thing like we're talking about with Haiden Deegan. We're expecting some rookie errors to kind of set him back maybe in a few weeks. But yeah, I think that Chance Hymas has got a huge ceiling. I think that he can be really good. I think he cannot be, I don't think that he could be really like a Ryan Dungey, Cooper Webb, Chad Reed, consistency guy that just finds his way to the front all the time. I think he could just be that top 5 guy here. Give it 2 years time. I think that he'll be just a consistent top 5 to 7 finisher. Maybe finds himself on the podium, every 3 rounds or so. And we'll see kind of how that ages. I think that his ceiling's a bit higher than that, but realistically, right now, where I see him is kind of in that range, 2 or 3 years down the road. So it should be fun to watch him progress as time goes on. Same with Tom Vialle, same with Haiden Deegan. All these guys are so different, and I can't wait to watch their careers progress. And that'll kind of do it for me. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Like I said, obviously not the recent videos you guys have been expecting on the channel, but it is what it is. That'll be all for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, once again, remember to consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It would mean a lot. See you guys.